Fat Joe and Flo Rida with strong links to Jamaican music. Both rap world celebrities showing support at the launch of Inner Circle's surprise single with Mobay's up-top boss TJ at the band's recording studio in Florida.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Inner Circle, you know they love me.
Several big names in the hip-hop world passing through the recently staged Circle Fest in Florida, among them rapper Flo Rida, who also has a track with the Jamaican band.
Tonight is gonna be the night and I'm gonna give it all to you. Cause right now you can feel it, it's a vibe 100 every time we move. Just a little bit of it. A lot of times you might get rhymes from me that is very up-tempo. I like to add melody to my music and listening to that record.
Vaccination in the rap world, a touchy topic.
As far as vaccination in the rap world, it's definitely a touchy topic because some people are yay and some people are nay. But I think most importantly, you know, it's all about everyone being healthy. You know, so whatever protocol we have to take to be healthy, you know, definitely we need to, you know, do our homework on it and then make a choice on your own. But I still believe that it's a private choice. But I'm all for health.
The Wild Ones rapper also commenting on the tragic loss of life at Travis Scott's Astroworld gig in November, in which 10 people lost their lives.
Talking about, you know, Travis Scott and what happened, I think, you know, a lot of times things happen where we see things that we probably never saw, but it gives us a chance to, you know, rewrite things in a more positive way and learn what not to do. You know, no one is intending to cause any harm or danger. You know, when it comes to music, music is one of the most powerful things in the world, so we take that and, you know, make it a positive versus a negative.
Lean back artist Fat Joe waxed lyrical about his love affair with Jamaica. Having worked with such acts as Buju Banton and Barrington Levy, to name a few.
You know how many people try to be Jamaican that aren't Jamaican? No disrespect. You know how many white people I see with dreadlocks all across the world trying to be the Jamaican? Because the Jamaican, the power, the energy is a source that's undeniable. You could go over there and get in trouble if you're looking for trouble. But more than likely, if you're going over there just to experience, you're getting love.
Jamaican music not selling right now. Reasons vary. Joe zeroing in on taking and not giving back.
What is happening in Jamaica, unfortunately, is people stole the style.
Grab on my waist and put that body on me.
You might even hear these artists and think they are Jamaican, and they're not Jamaican. My thing is, we accept you. Music is a religion for everybody. It's one whole religion. But, you know, give back or collaborate with Shaggies, the Buju Bantons, the Bounty Killers, to, you know, collaborate and show respect, because you're pulling from what Jamaica has created. Like if an artist that's, let's say, American, you know what I mean, does a record that sounds like it's #1 in the world, but it's really Jamaican. You know, I mean, grab one of those artists and collaborate. I always wanted to collaborate with other artists, especially Jamaican artists. And you know, me and Buju Banton, we share a bond that cannot be broken. It's a different type of brotherhood, just like with Sharon Burke. It's a different type of connection that we have. There's nothing I won't do for Buju. You know what I'm saying? It's the way it is.
Reggaeton, Afrobeats, Rihanna, Drake, DJ Khaled, reggae and dancehall speaking to many. And speaking of Khaled,
DJ Khaled!
I am the one that discovered DJ Khaled. He's still my brother. I was in his house yesterday. We're supposed to help all our brothers and sisters win, so that if we ever need help, we'll pull each other up. People don't get this concept. This is the only concept that works. You're supposed to put everybody in position so you can help each other and pull them up. Sharon Burke, she took him to Jamaica. And he would come back, yo, I waited for hours for a dub plate. A bounty killer kept me working, but he gave me the fire.
Joe getting heaps of heat for a mixtape release this year. What would Big do? But he's learned his lesson.
And I threw it out for free for the fans. These people call Fat Joe so fast. It was like, we're going to sue you for rapping on these songs. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's a mixtape. And I'm talking to everybody's lawyer. I don't want to tell you who they are. We're going to sue you. You're going to go broke. I said, it's free. Like, I did this for the culture, for the people. And thank God they backed off.
He's lost a considerable amount of weight. Fear of COVID, a big incentive.
You know, being pre-diabetic, you know, I had diabetes when I was 14, and over the years I lost weight, so I don't really technically have it, but I eat like I have it. So I can't, if I keep eating sugar and all that, I will get it. So I consider myself pre-diabetic, and you're watching the news, the diabetics are dying, the fat guys are dying, so I was scared. And then I went on my Instagram. My daughter, who's 15, said, Dad, go on your Instagram. First time I ever went. I went on one day, the next day I went on, the next day, and before you know it, through COVID, it was like therapeutic, and I still got the show on IG now. It's called The Big Big Show. Who did we bring on? We brought Bounty Killer, Budju been on there. Oh man, Dr. Fauci, Alicia Keys, Money Mayweather, Mike Tyson.
Fat Joe, who's now got his booster, partnering with P. Diddy to take the Big Big Show to an even bigger platform. He also wrote a book, The Book of Joe, a testimony of trial by fire, the story of his life, you could say. We also hear from journalist Noelle Simone Walker. She did a piece on rap pioneer DJ Kool Herc for Billboard, also a feature on Lila Ike and Jada Kingdom for The Fader. As Noelle tells it, stories about Jamaica and Jamaicans oftentimes a hard sell to editors of top publications.
It is difficult. It is difficult to get editors and publications to run stories on reggae, dancehall, and Jamaicans because a lot of them just don't understand, or they just don't seem to care because they might not see it as that big of a genre. And that's just when they're not looking at all the pieces of the puzzle. In the same breath that they can say that, oh, this is not something we're focusing on, literally in their background or in the radio, especially if they're in New York where most editors are, they're playing reggae music and dancehall music every single day on radio stations like Hot 97 and Power 105.1. You have the movie like The Harder They Fall, which was mass produced with Jay-Z on board, and every song in the movie is a reggae song. It's definitely hard to get their attention, but once you do have their attention and when you do have someone at the publication who is Jamaican or who supports reggae and Jamaican music, it doesn't get that hard after that. They usually become the pin person to reach out to, and then they're the persons to just continue with the stories. But once that person leaves the publication, oh yes, it gets very difficult.
Spice is 10 nominated for a Reggae Grammy, the album her last for VP Records. Somewhat disappointing sales ascribed to poor promotion.
What we streamed with that album is based on what our deal is. You know, listen, this is Spice's last album on VP. You know, I didn't expect VP to put any more investment into her as much because they don't have her for another album. They don't have an option. You know what I mean? This was the only one. It's our only album and this is the last one. So it's only so much they're going to put into it. And if you're going to go to the moon, you can't use a firecracker, you're going to need a rocket. You know what I mean? So there will be a certain amount of money has to be spent and invested into the act to get the act to that next level. Now Spice has all the qualifications to do all of that. But if you're a VP, you're not going to really put that kind of money into somebody that you don't have another album with. And I've always known that. The whole goal of this album was, when Spice came to me, is that she wanted to get off VP. So we created a deal where there was a win-win situation for VP and Spice at the same time, and yet still give her her freedom. You know, as of the 31st of December, she'll be free from VP.
No, there are some persons in the industry who believe that because of her age and the stage of the music and the game right now, that after this album, we cannot expect that she can do something bigger. Your thoughts?
Definitely our age is going against her, but you can easily say the same for me. Have I stopped?
Was it different from men and women?
No, I don't think it's different from men and women at all. I think it really just boils down to you creating, keeping yourself relevant and creating good music and creating music that really is relatable to people. Everything is about things that are relatable to people. Yeah, I mean, whether young, old, and from she can keep herself in that. One thing I can tell you, despite her age, she's still one of the top trending person on a daily basis. People talk about Spice every single day, and she keeps herself relevant. So in her case, maybe with another artist I might think so, but in her case I do not think so, because I think she knows how to keep herself relevant. She knows how to be the talk of the town. She knows how to keep herself in the mix.
And finally, Shaggy with this take on TJ and his track with the great Inner Circle band and brand, an established business presence in Florida for many years. Riches, we are sort of saying it all about the direction TJ now sees his career taking.
When you talk about Inner Circle and Bad Boys, and it's a brand. It's a brand, and it's great that Inner Circle can allow TJ to actually use that brand and use their platform. They make a lot of sync music, and it's a great listen. It's a great learning curve for somebody like TJ at the same time. And the song is great. It puts a fresh sound to Inner Circle. He's a fresh face. He's very melodic. And I personally know him and deal with him and know that he's a hard-working guy. Always he's a sponge. That's one of the main things I like about him. He always want to learn.